But to wage that fight on behalf of American families, I need you to still have some fight in you, too. You know, the folks at the top of this country, turns out they don't need another champion in Washington. They'll always have a seat at the table. They'll always have access and influence. The people who need a champion are the Americans whose letters I read late at night after a long day in the office. The men and women I meet on the campaign trail every day. The laid-off furniture worker who's retraining at the age of 55 for a new career at a community college, she needs a champion. The restaurant owner who needs a loan to expand. He's got great food, but the bank turned him down. He needs help. He needs a champion. The cooks and the waiters and cleaning staff working overtime in a hotel in Des Moines or Vegas, saving up to buy a first home or send their kid to college, they need a champion. The auto worker who was laid off thought the plant would never reopen and is now back on the job, filled with pride and dignity, building a great car, building America. He needs a champion. The teacher in an overcrowded classroom with outdated school books, digging into her own pocket to buy school supplies, not always feeling like she's got the support she needs, but showing up every day because she knows that this might be the day that she's got a breakthrough and she makes a difference in one child's life. She needs a champion. All those kids in inner cities, small farm towns, kids dreaming of becoming scientists or doctors, engineers or entrepreneurs, diplomats, or even a president. They need a champion in Washington because the future will never have as many lobbyists as the status quo. Children don't have lobbyists the way oil companies or banks do, but it's the dreams of those children that will be our saving grace. That's what we fight for. That's why I need you, Iowa, to make sure their voices are heard, to make sure your voices are heard. And that's why we've come too far to turn back now. We've come too far to let our hearts grow faint. Now's the time to keep pushing forward, to educate all our kids and train all our workers and to create new jobs and rebuild our roads and bring back our troops and care for our veterans and broaden opportunity and grow our middle class and restore our democracy and make sure that no matter who you are or where you come from or how you started out, what you look like, who you love, what your last name is, here in America you can make it if you try. That's what we're fighting for. And Iowa, after all the months of campaigning, after all the rallies, after the millions of dollars of ads, it all comes down to you. It's out of my hands now. It's in yours. All of it depends on what you do. When you step into that voting booth tomorrow, it's just a remarkable thing, the way our democracy works. And at a certain point, all this effort and all these campaign rallies, and then it just comes down to each of us as citizens. All of it depends on you bringing your friend or your neighbor, your coworker, your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband to the polls. That's how our democracy is supposed to be. The single most powerful force in our democracy is you. Moving this country forward begins with you.